Hello everyone. So today is Sunday, 11 actually 05, and we're starting our Sunday workshops where I'm going to talk about yoga therapy tools for the certain disease, issue or problem. So today our topic is yoga therapy for better sleep. And today I'm going to talk, what yoga tools can be applied. We're going to talk about how Ayurvedic doctors are looking to insomnia, to sleep problems. So, but let's go start about everything from beginning. So, insomnia is very common problem that can affect quality of your life. Because sleeping is very important in our life, because sleep gives you energy, rejuvenates, heals your body and balance your energy. So insomnia, problems with the sleeping, creates a reduction of quality of your life. In a modern medicine, insomnia, usually there is two types. The first one is primary insomnia, when sleep problems are not directly connected with any health problem. You just can't fall asleep or you wake up during the night time. And the secondary insomnia, sleep problem occurs because health condition, disease, maybe you take medication, too much caffeine, alcohol, and that could be a problem why you cannot fall asleep. Insomnia in Ayurveda called anidra, because nidra is the deep yogic sleep and anidra is problems with sleeping. What causes insomnia looking from the medical point of view? Stress. If you are stressed, definitely you cannot sleep nighttime because your body just all tense and you can't relax. Depression, anxiety. Also, our habits, like poor sleeping habits, can cause insomnia. I remember I have one student, and she was coming to me to yoga therapy, and she was practicing at home all the yoga tools I was giving to her. She was coming for the sleeping problems. And I'm meeting with her one time, two times, she's practicing, and still, the sleeping is not improving for her. So finally, I start asking her, I say, okay, what you do before you go sleep? And she say, I watch horror movies, I really like them. And after that, all night she is dreaming about this. Of course, what quality of sleep could be if you're dreaming the horror, all these pictures, all night long. Also, if you travel, like I like to travel a lot, or maybe if you just go and have to sleep in a new place, usually the first night you sleep, you cannot fall asleep. So basically, changes in the sleep habits, like, changing new place or traveling also can affect our sleeping. Health problems, like pain. If you have pain in your body, and like in a, let's go say back pain, you're trying to find the most comfortable position, but it's not possible. And this affects your sleeping because you're trying to change the sleeping position. Toilet. So some students say that they cannot sleep because they have to wake up 3-5 times just to go to the bathroom. Stimulants like tobacco, caffeine, drugs, and alcohol, and lack of exercise. What is symptoms if you have insomnia? Usually you have trouble falling asleep. Like you become so worried about something and just the thoughts just spinning in your head and you're thinking and thinking about it and you cannot sleep. Some students say that they fall asleep easily, but they wake up and have problems falling asleep back. Some people wake up too early in the morning, like 2 or 3 a.m., and they cannot fall asleep. Some people, they go to sleep early, they wake up late, but they, when wake up, they feel so tired in the morning. Some people feel sleepy, anxious, grouchy. Also, if you have attention problems, memory, concentration problems, headaches, stomach aches, or sudden mood change, all of this can come because you have insomnia. So that was the medical point. I don't want to talk a lot about insomnia from the medical point because I think everybody who joining today hear me and uh, listening to this workshop waiting for the Ayurvedic point of view. You know that in Ayurveda, it's everything about balancing our doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So according to Ayurveda point of view, we have 3 types of anidra, insomnia. The first one is Vataja anidra. This is expressed when you have difficulty falling asleep simply because you have too much accumulation of vata. Your vata is out of balance. Now, if you're not familiar with Ayurveda, vata is the movement, like the movement in your head, movement in your eyes. Sometimes people like blinking. When you talk with them, they can't concentrate because they're just looking, to the sides. Sometimes people, when they're sitting, they just moving their leg. So you can see that movement in the whole body. These people, they cannot sit still. The yoga, it's really torture for them because it's too slow. It's very hard for them to do things more slowly. They like to be constantly active. And it's okay to be active, but it has to be balanced. So the first type of insomnia or sleeping problems is Vataja anidra, when your Vata dosha is out of balance. The next one is Pittaja anidra. Pittaja anidra is when you have difficulty maintaining sleep. Like maybe you see the dreams where it's like, they are frightening you, and you cannot fall asleep. You fall asleep, you wake up, and you cannot fall back asleep. So that means this is Pitta type insomnia, Pitta type anidra. That means that your body has too much heat. Yes, all this heat comes from unbalanced Jatara Agni. Jatara Agni, it's our digesting fire. Maybe you also feel very hot during sleeping. Ladies who are in premenopause and men or, like early menopause, probably know that you fall asleep and you feel hot. You take your blanket off and suddenly you feel cold. You put the blanket on. So it constantly goes on and on, on and on. So that means your body cannot rest, cannot relax, just because you have too much heat in your body. And all these 2 things, Vataja anidra or Pittaja anidra, has to be treated differently because there is different issues. Finally, we have Kapaja anidra. Kapaja anidra is when you have too much sleep, excessive sleep, and when you wake up, you feel tired. You don't feel rested. That means you have aggravation of kapha in your body. In a minute, we're going to talk how to balance this. Do you know that even our dreams, like if you talk with them, yoga or yoga therapy student, ask about his dreams, you know what kind of dosha is out of balance in his body. Let's go say, if person always seeing dreams like he's constantly running, he's running, everything is spinning in his dream like the fast movie. That's definitely too much movement. That means he has Vata type imbalance in his body, and probably he's suffering from Vataja Anidra. If you have frightening dreams, like very scary, and you wake up even during the night because you just get scared from your dream, that's definitely too much heat, because the pitta, the heat, lives, more expressed in the right side of your body where the liver is, and that's why all these hot dreams, frightening dreams can come. If you feel when you sleep, you see the dream, when you um, see like cold, maybe snow, that's definitely kapha type imbalance in your body. Like usually if I see kapha type dream, I know I'm getting sick. I don't know somehow my body, but acts like this. But that's what's happening. So according to Ayurveda, what caused imbalancing of and disturbed sleep? The first one is accumulations of toxins in your body. They called ama. That means undigested parts of your food, also emotions, stay in your digestive organs, and after that they just move to all the inside organs and stay there forever if you're not gonna work on removing your ama, your toxins. Impaired digestive agni, digesting fire, because we talk about that last Sunday about yoga therapy for the healthy weight loss, and I was telling you about digesting fire. It cannot be too strong, it cannot be too low, it cannot be like scattery, one time up, other time down. It has to be very, very balanced. Imbalanced nervous system. And according to Ayurveda, all our nerves, it's the Vata. If they imbalance, that's definitely Vata type imbalance. It's very also important when we have disruption of natural biological rhythms. I heard that, I think in Russia, they have the center for the people with cancer, and basically what they do, they just putting person in a natural rhythm of the life. That means you wake up with the sunrise, you go sleep with the sunset, you eat what is growing around you at this season, you're walking a lot, you're breathing, you're relaxing, and you just slowly returning your body to a natural biological rhythm. Impaired immune system also can affect your sleeping and trauma, if you had trauma in our life. So let's go to the most important part of this workshop, because I'm trying to keep these workshops very short because I know we're all very, very busy. However, recordings always stay on Facebook. I also upload them on my YouTube channel that people can watch and just get information. So you probably now reflect, what kind of anidra do you have? Do you have Vata type anidra where you have problems falling asleep? Do you have Pitta type anidra where you wake up during night and you have problems falling back asleep? Or maybe you have Kapha type anidra where you sleep, you excessively sleep, long hours, but you still wake up very, very tired. So 3 different problems, 3 different anidras, and 3 different ways to improve your sleep by balancing your body. So let's go talk about how to balance Vataja Anidra. Basically, you need to balance the Vata in your mind. But my students sometimes ask, okay, how you do this? Very simple, by slowing down your breathing. Because breath is directly connected with your mind. If you're gonna slow down your exhalation, the mind would have no choice just to follow this flow. Usually, we have about 15 breaths in 1 minute. That means you have about 2 seconds inhale and 2 seconds exhale if you're healthy. Like if people have asthma or stressed, I observe that sometimes their inhale it's like can be 1 second and 2 seconds exhale. This is even worse. Yogis were practicing breathing techniques, extending their breath till 30-second inhale, 30-second exhale. I am not telling you right now after this workshop, sit and try to force yourself to extend your breathing. Remember that all these benefits coming with a daily practice. But simply, the most simplest way how to improve your sleeping if you have Vata type Anidra is every day take, let's go say 12 breath, like conscious breath, comfortably sitting on a chair, or maybe just you wake up in the morning lying in a bed, or maybe before you go sleep, placing your hands on a belly and breathing very slowly and extending your each exhalation. Actually, there is a secret breathing technique in yoga called murcha breath, where you extend your each exhalation longer than it was previous. And when you practice that daily before sleep, yogis believed that you can reach the most subtle subconscious layers of your mind, and to get like answers about maybe your traumas, to resolve some inside inner issues. So simply start with like about 4-second inhale and maybe 6-second exhale, and practice that daily, like 12 breaths. You don't need to do very 1 hour of this breathing, like very subtle, very slow, observing your breathing, no forcing or pushing. I don't want you to breathe like, let's go say you exhale, and after that, you're grabbing for inhale. This is wrong. This is going to create more agitation in your body. Your breathing has to be very smooth. Maybe you saw these videos how Italian people, on their hand, they're like rolling this, stretching pizza dough. So they stretch with a very, very thin, but they don't break it. Same you have to do with your breath. Okay? Another way of slowing down your vata, maybe before you go sleep, you can take the bath and just relax. Maybe you can listen to the relaxing music. Maybe you'll like to walk at the beach and just listen to the waves to relax you. But whatever you do, it has to lead you towards relaxation. Okay? Now let's go talk about Pitta Anidra, Pitta-based insomnia. Pitta-based insomnia comes because you have undigested, too strong Jatara Agni, digesting fire. That means you are the person who usually always feels hot. We need to fire this Agni. You're digesting fire. Simply you can go to the last Sunday to the workshop Yoga for the Weight Loss and get more information about this. Or I can just remind you one Ayurvedic point which was very, very beneficial for my personal, improving my sleep. And I got this recommendation from my Dr. Monica in Chennai. Basically, you just buy aloe leaf, or maybe you have aloe leaf growing in your backyard. And you cut the piece, you slice in the two parts that piece, you open, and that jelly part, before you go sleep, you attach to the sole of your feet, 2 feet, put very thin sock, and sleep like this. Immediately you're gonna notice how your whole body is cooling down and your sleeping improving. Not only sleeping, when you wake up you would have more energy in your body. Also it's gonna balance, because your digesting fire is gonna be balanced. If you have very strong appetite or usually feel very thirsty, if you wanna start using this aloe leaf on the sole of your feet before you go sleep, you're gonna see how your appetite becomes more balanced and you can lose weight. Of course, there is techniques in yoga therapy too. Usually, it's the twist of your spine, balancing your digesting fire, but they have to be applied or given to you by yoga therapist. Because if you're gonna do forced breath or you're gonna do too much, instead pacifying your digesting fire, you're gonna make it even worse, make it even more higher. So I'm giving you all these little tools that you can just listen and do these practices at home, but I always encourage to reach out for the professional and get the practice made just for you, for the certain, to reach certain purpose, like yoga therapy. So when person comes to me, we make decision, we talk, and we make decision what our goals. Let's go say better sleep like today, and I'm giving him practice. He's doing that practice at home every day, and believe me, after 1 week, when we meet, we already see results. We already see improvement. So if you do correct yoga therapy practices, basically yoga therapy is just application of yoga tools. There is nothing different from yoga. You can see results as soon as after 1 week. And finally, we have Kapaja type anidra, which is based on accumulations of ama toxins in your body. This can happen because you have lack of movement, lack of exercise, and maybe your digesting fire is dull. So if you wake up very tired, if you have tendency towards excessive sleep, if you're taking naps and you're still sleeping all night long, but you still feel tired, you need to move a little bit more. You need to work on removing these toxins from your body. The simple Ayurvedic recommendation for you would be make ginger tea. Just put some fresh ground ginger in your tea. I even place that in my coffee. Or, so this is going to help to improve your digesting fire. Or make a cumin tea. Cumin tea also improving your digesting fire. But don't do that before you go sleep. Do that after your meal. So this way your digesting fire it's a little bit higher and all the food is digesting much better. Of course, there is yoga techniques for that, because usually if person have overweight, if he feels tired, he has no energy to exercise, to move. He has no motivation. But that's why we have all these yoga classes. We have all these yoga therapists. Actually, one of my yoga therapy group is graduating this week. They studied 3 years to become yoga therapists. So seek for the professional advisor to improve your health, and by improving your health, by balancing your dosha, definitely your sleep also improve. If you already attending any local group yoga class, it also can work. You just have to reflect which kind of anidra do you have, and when you're practicing yoga in a group class, let's go say if you have Vataja type anidra based on a movement, you just slow down your breathing, move slower, maybe do less repetitions than teacher is asking you, just move slower in your class. If you are too hot and you need to balance digesting fire, pay attention to the spinal twist. But make sure that your breathing is moving very smoothly, very slowly when you do your spinal twist. If you have Kapaja type anidra, just keep moving. Of course, in yoga class, breath has to be connected with movement. If you practice stretches or you think yoga, asanas, without connecting with your breath, it's only exercise, which is also very good, but it's not yoga. Till you don't add breathing to your asana practice, you're not practicing yoga. So basically, this is almost all information what I want to share with you today. I'm just going to finish this with one very good recommendation from Ayurveda, which is very good for any kind anidra, for insomnia. Until I'm gonna be telling you the recipe how to make this. If you have any questions, feel free, type your questions, and I will also answer to you. So Ayurveda making special milk. In Ayurveda, cow milk is very popular. And believe me, milk in Ayurveda is different than milk in US because it's fresh, because it has no chemicals. I remember one time when I was leading retreat to India, one lady from America, from US, she was allergic to the milk products. And when we were traveling, they make coffee only with milk. And and I said, Carol, just, have this coffee. She said, no, 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 I'm allergic to milk. I'm afraid, I'm going to have allergic reaction. And I laughed and I said, well, Carol, this is white cow milk. So it's going to be, you're not going to be allergic to this cow milk. I was only joking. So she basically tried this coffee and with milk and she had no reaction. And after that, during retreat, I was observing and she was eating yogurt for the breakfast and all milk products. And I said, Carol, what about your allergy to the milk? And she said, you know what? I don't have it here. So remember, maybe milk is not your problem. Maybe the chemicals in the milk could be the problem. So, however, you can use cow milk or you can use any milk from the nuts, like nut milk. You can buy at the store or you can make your own. Like I make my own milk. I simply like almonds. I buy raw almonds. I soak them. I peel the brown skin, put my almonds in a blender, put some water, blend it. Voila, I have milk. So anyway, just take milk, about 1 cup. Add 1 teaspoon of turmeric. Do you know this yellow powder? It's also very good uninflammatory. Excuse my English. So add 1 teaspoon of turmeric. Add some ginger. We have ginger selling here in all stores. So I like my fresh ginger. When I buy, I peel my ginger, I put in a freezer, and after that, when I need, the frozen ginger is also very, very easy to ground. I just ground this ginger and add to my milk. Half teaspoon cinnamon powder. If you have Kapaja type anidra, you can add pinch of ground black pepper. Okay? And 1 teaspoon honey or maple syrup. Mix all ingredients. Simmer about 10 minutes on a very low so that all the herbs and all the ingredients would just blend into this milk. After that, strain through the very fine strainer into the mug, and you can put the cinnamon on the top and drink this milk before you go sleep. And doesn't matter which kind of nidra do you have. It's gonna relax you. It's gonna balance your digesting fire, and it's gonna lead you towards better sleep. Remember, all Ayurvedic and yoga tools has to be incorporated daily for a long time. If you want to see results, like my yoga therapy clients, I observe results as soon as after 1 week. But realistically, you have to incorporate practices for at least 6 months, that your body pattern of not sleeping would change to the pattern of better sleep, to the pattern of sleeping. Always, if you need a recommendation and individual approach, contact me through this Facebook, you can just send me message or email or write comment, and we can schedule yoga therapy appointment where I can create practice to your personal needs. Always feel free, come to the group yoga classes where you can relax, and of course sleep is going to be much better after this. Or if you're a yoga teacher and if you would like become yoga therapist, contact me for the yoga therapy training. Yoga therapy training, it's just coming right now. It's just blooming out because yoga has so much possibilities and potentials to help us to heal, feel better, be more happier, and have better quality of life. I'm finishing this workshop today. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you if you're gonna listen to this later. Namaste. Have a beautiful, wonderful Sunday.